country in the world listening to what we're doing right now. On the phone, Mitch Colvin is with us. He's the mayor of Fayetteville. Mitch, how are you doing today, sir? Wake that sleep up out your eyes. Keep getting on the radio, sounding all sleepy. Good morning. How you doing? Hey, look, absolutely. Unless you're in a different time zone, you should be up, ready to go, perked, ready to make it happen. Well, but you're not in another time zone, but you're not able to be here because you're mayor and you're doing your thing. Where are you traveling? Can you share that with us, or it's top secret? Yeah, when you talk about looking forward to innovation, give me a kind of list of some things that they're talking about here.
Transfer data on it. Not the data center where it's stored, but everything built around moving information to one device to another. So that ship has left the station. You'll buy a new iron. I had people the other day tell me they had a new sprinkler at their home that's now a smart device. You can water your grass from your phone. That's moving data around. So the question becomes, how does Fayetteville benefit from these things? And so what we're talking about now is, are universities up to speed? Are they teaching the right courses at FTCC, which I know Dr. Soros and Chancellor Allison are on this stuff, but we want to make sure that creates the jobs and opportunities in our community so that people will stay and not leave, and that they're not negatively impacted. And it just talked about the fact that there's a race going on. One, China has the energy delivery capability, but not the technology that the U.S. has as far as smart devices. U.S. has the technology, but it hadn't figured out the energy piece. So as this whole conversation goes about where things go and what role communities want to play on storing this data, we've got to figure out how it is we put policies in place that are more attractive than not. And that's the goal that the council has over the next few weeks, is to make sure that the community is educated to see what's at stake, and then let the community make a decision about what role it wants to play.
Well, there's good and bad news in what you're talking about. I understand the technology, but every time you tell me that a forklift is going to be operated by a robot, there's a job there that's gone because one person can probably operate 20 robot forklifts. So you're right in terms
But
of
what
looking
they
for the
said,
future. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say what they said yesterday was that in addition to that, if properly trained, there are 5 created by that, because somebody has to work on it, somebody has to program it, somebody has to make sure that it's capable of doing what it's supposed to do, and then the efficiencies that are created, there are more packages that are moved, and there are more things that happen. And so I'm not pushing one way or another for it. What I'm simply saying is that we got to prepare and make sure that our universities and our training programs prepare people not only how to drive a forklift, how to operate and program it and work on it.
Yeah, and you know, you make a good point, and so that's not necessarily up to government to decide. Parents and kids, when they're talking about career and choices and where they're going to go to school, are they going to go to a 2 year institution and get a certification in a job that they start immediately, or do they want to go to a 4 year institution? Those are conversations that start pretty, I think, intimately at home, and the government has to keep up with where the technology is, but I think individuals have to as well. You know, you mentioned sprinkler systems on the phone. Been able to do that for some time now. It's not new, but it's getting expanded where more and more people are aware of it, and the technology is getting better in just about everything. And you've touched on that. You see things are much more efficient now in terms of computers, and they're only as good as the people who program them.
Right, exactly, and so this will still require people to have a certain role in it. And so what Mayor Johnson did in Chicago was basically as their schools needed to be put on grids with solar panels, he allowed the technical class of the school to have a paid internship program that allowed the kids to participate in that. So the contractor came in, he hired so many of the kids in some of these low-end disadvantaged communities. It gave them summer work, it gave them summer experience, and now it led them to more of a permanent job that once they graduate high school, they can get a certification, and now they have a pathway to take care of themselves. And so those are the kind of creative thinking options that we have to do as our community looks to keep up with the future.
All right, now just this is a very active radio station here, and DJ Hare just texted me, and I want to share this because this is kind of in your area as well, and this is happening tonight. DJ Hare is District 4?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
District 4. He just texted me today, 6 o'clock in Mount Sinai Missionary Baptist Church. You want to come in and hear plans for the new Seabrook Hills Glenview Lake Nature Trail announcement. I guess you know something about that.
Absolutely. It was brought to our attention we've been working on this 4 or 5 years, that there was access to the Glenville Trail once we started building and finishing the tennis center, that he had access from one side of the fence but not the other. So a community that once had access was closed off for the last 15 to 20 years. So we got some grant money, and as we improved the tennis center and brought that to completion, we got a $750,000 grant from FAMPO, Fayetteville Area Metropolitan Planning Organization, and then we put some funds with it too. And so now you'll be able to walk to the tennis center. You'll be able to walk by the nature trail. PwC will still be able to preserve its integrity in and around the water system. We found a natural barrier that they can use. And so this will be a good thing for the community. They've called for it for a while. So DJ's worked hard on that.
Yeah, and so again, that's going to be happening tonight at Mount Sinai Missionary Baptist Church right there on Murchison Road, isn't it, right there?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Taking place tonight, 6 o'clock. Come on out and hear all these details that the mayor's talking about, and DJ Hare working hard for the people in that area to have involvement with this. Also, he made a footnote that there's going to be voter registration drive going on there as well. So we're going to make sure that the folks are aware of that as well. And we got the Umoja Festival coming up, voter registration by the NAACP. It's going to be happening as well. And when is that? That's August 29th.
That's the last.
Yeah, August 29th.
Last Saturday.
10 to 3. It's at Seabrook Park. Make sure you want to check that out. Look, Mr. Mayor, we're going to hold you over here. You got a second, right? Is your plane? Are you at the airport sitting there?
No, I got to get there a little bit.
Okay, so you're okay here? You're okay to hold for a second? When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the $62.5 million money that the PwC is getting to help clean up some of the chemicals, forever chemicals in the drinking water. You're familiar with that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Stand by for just a few seconds here. You're listening to News Talk 640 WFNC. 7:19 is the time right now. And we've got Fayetteville's most dependable forecast with CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
Today will be partly cloudy with a high of 98 with a spotty afternoon storm possible. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with scattered storms and a low of 76. Friday will be mostly cloudy with mainly late day thunderstorms and a high of 93. Pockets of heavy rain are also possible late Friday before more rain and thunderstorms are expected Saturday, and then we have a few sunny days starting on Sunday. That is your Fayetteville forecast. I'm CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
Rachel, back up to 78 right now. Fayetteville, Hope Mills, and also in Godwin. You're listening to News Talk 640. We're WFNC.
Ritchie Law Firm Injury Lawyers. Ritchie Law is on top of it. Go to ritchielaw.com.
That's ritchielaw.com.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-896-8155. 800-896-8155. 800-896-8155.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
You remember the serious devastation summer storms can cause. PwC reminds you that it's storm season again. We can hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Here are just a few tips to protect your family. Have a 72-hour emergency supply kit with food, medical supplies, important documents, also a gallon of water per person per day for a few days. Get the new PwC.
It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-575-4129.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-4129. That's 800-575-4129.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Let's go to table 7, where Jim and Linda have a beautiful lie near the window. The weather is a perfect 70 degrees with no wind. They're contemplating what to pull out for this first round. Looks like Linda's going for the fish. Do you think that's a smart move? I think it's a delicious move, but you can't argue with Jim's decision to go with the steak.
After your round, join us in the Lane Tree Restaurant for a meal or skip the golf and get right to the main course. Thursday is steak night. Menu and tea times at lanetree.com.
Good morning, Fayetteville with Gilbert Bays on WFNC News Talk 640 AM and now on 103.5 HD2.
News Talk 640 WFNC. We got to get that music out of here. Oh, get that music out of here because the mayor is not going to be heard in certain countries because the copyright stuff. Mr. Mayor, you still there or do you want to sleep?
I'm here, man.
What are you laughing about?
Get rid of the music.
No, I'm a professional. Turn
Play
off
one
the
on
music.
TV.
Get the music up. No, this is a live podcast, so it's on Facebook and also on my YouTube channel. And when the music plays a little bit too long, Facebook bans me in 14 different countries. Mr. Mayor, wow. I know you want to be, live in
global
Djibouti, whatever other country it is. So, Mr. Mayor, Mitch Colvin, you're up in where are you? Maine, someplace? Where are you? Coming back?
Massachusetts.
Okay. And we were talking a lot of stuff here about the reason that you went. Give me just the quick synopsis of why you're there, because some people just got in their car now and then what is the mayor doing on the phone? He's supposed to be there.
So basically, it's a innovation. It was a 2-day innovation, cities and innovation. It was by invitation only. You're dealing with folks who are a part of the innovation lab at Fordham University. You're dealing with some larger cities and how they've been able to turn the tide. Baltimore, Chicago, and Birmingham have some programs. Birmingham lines up with us a lot because our population is similar. They had some very, very creative things they were doing with Apple some of the stuff we're doing already. Apple just funded it and stepped up in a big way. So I want to try to bring that back, retool some of the coding programs we have with our kids. We've had very successful coding program at Orange Street School for the last 2 or 3 years. So, but I'm here just sharing. We share information, we share problems, we share solutions, and it's always good to do that.
Yeah, and you said it's invitation only, and so we're in the elite. We were chosen because of good things, I'm assuming.
Well, relationships. Over the last, been at this for a little while, and so over the last several years, when these companies come in, a lot of these, some of the folks we talked to yesterday were from Silicon Valley. They had built some technology-based programming software, and when they came to the mayor's conference that I'm a part of, they said, there's about 15 to 20 people that we can really talk to over the next couple of days, and let's see if they're available, and we were on that invite list, so thankful for that.
All right, before the break, we talked about PwC receiving $62.5 million to help clean up forever chemicals. That's a good thing, and this is coming from the North Carolina Local Government Commission, $62.5 million. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, PwC has, they're very intuitive with looking forward, getting grants. They had an EPA grant. I remember Secretary Reagan. I met him down at the water treatment plant a few years back, and EPA was going to give a grant for some of the similar $80+ million, and that kind of got shifted around when the new administration came in. So I'm glad to see the state stepped up and did it, because PwC has been a champion with making sure that clean, usable drinking water gets out to Graves Creek, some areas that were impacted by Chemours, which is located in Bladen County. I make this point all the time, that they went to where there was no and little regulation, and now we're paying the impacts of cleaning it up. But I'm glad to see this $62 million. They have a big, huge bill as they look to upfit and make our water treatment process more reliable. It requires a lot of money, and so this state grant is a huge step in the right direction. But I'm sure PwC is working through some other funding streams to continue to build out a great water system here.
Yeah, and I've got a little more detail about exactly how this is going to work. We're talking about PwC planning to spend $133 million installing this granular active carbon filtration system at 2 of its water treatment facilities, one Hoffer and the Glenville Lake systems. And they're designed to remove the PFAS chemicals from the water supply. Now, PwC has already secured $84 million in federal and state funding, including grants and low-interest loans to reduce the financial burden on customers. And the construction of these facilities is expected to run through 2029. That's when the new filtration system's scheduled to become operational. So that's a big deal for our community. I'm sure everyone's looking forward to that.
Huge deal, as you can't live without water, and as PwC looks to expand its footprint with pushing water and infrastructure out throughout the other parts of the county, we want to make sure that it's clean and dependable, so that development and families will choose to live in Cumberland County. As they do it, they want to make sure the drinking water is good.
All right, Mr. Mayor, what else you got here before I give you the boot? Because you got a little bit of time here still.
That's it. I saw you shining your shoes, so I figured I better get ready, because the boot was coming. So.
Well, no, as a matter of fact, you said invitation only. Are you the only one, or some other parts of the delegation with you?
So it's for mayors only. I'm the only one, not the only one from North Carolina. Mayor Leo couldn't make it, but for the most part, kind of representing our area here and the concerns that we have. But challenges are very similar across the country. There's a lot of anxiety up about the unknown, and so our job is to learn as much as we can and explain it. And speaking of that, next time the council meets at its work session, the first of the month, we will be hearing those 15 recommended protections for our ordinance as we continue to try to move and get something protective in place for our community to make sure that the concerns that have been raised are addressed, and so that we can turn the page and move on to that. To make sure that there's something there. And so whether we get a data center or not, there'll be clear rules, very strenuous accountability in place, so that we can protect our community and the concerns. So we're looking forward to doing that.
Well, that's a conversation that's not going to go away. And it's not going to go away, I think, until the policies are put in place, not only for the city, but the county as well. And then the first data centers beyond the one we have at AIT building start to show up in our community. And so it's a heated discussion that, as you know, from some of the city council meetings that you've had. And the county commissioners also offering opportunities for the public to have their say. But
Right.
you just hope they have it with some decorum as people who are strongly passionate against having these things continue to express their concerns.
Sure.
We got back to school going to be happening on for most of the students, the traditional students, on Monday. We have several schools in the Fayetteville area. You want to give out any words of encouragement? Because I talked with Dr. Bracy. He says all systems go.
Yeah, and I know it's an exciting time for Dr. Bracy to welcome the state's fifth largest school system kids back, and so I know that our Cumberland County kids will continue to perform well. We've got some shining stars that we highlighted throughout the course of last year. Some that participated in the Star Wars program with NASA, and then some of this new curriculum that speaks right to what we're talking about, Gilbert. We've talked about technology all morning, and so these schools and these new kids and curriculums will be the next leaders of our community. So looking forward to a great school year from them. There are a number of folks who have, school supply and backpack giveaways and those kind of things. So looking forward to a great year, and I know our kids will do well.
All right. Well, I know that you're going to be flying back into the Fayetteville Regional Airport. I hope that's where you're coming. You're driving to Raleigh and drive down. What are you doing?
In all truthfulness, sometimes it costs the taxpayers, if they pay for my flight, 3 times the amount. In some cases, depending on where you're going. And so Massachusetts wasn't a very direct connect, so I had to drive a little bit to get this at a reasonable rate for the ticket. And then I'm going to cover some of the costs myself. I just depends on what bill I submit for reimbursement or not. But it was worth it. It's good development for our community, and so we'll have to do that. But today was Raleigh. Most of the time it is Fayetteville if we can get a direct flight to where we're going, or a flight that connects. And so that is a huge priority for me and the council to make sure that we stay competitive with some of our ticket pricing, which we're working on that.
And the reason I share that with you is because we've got the airport director here who said, that's you got to go where you got to go, and you got to do what you got to do. And he's going to be talking about the TSA pre-check update that's going on. And
he's doing a great job, him and his team, and we're looking to grow that and expand the flight capability of Fayetteville Airport.
Absolutely, because I would tell you, I've been here for a long time, and just the things that have happened out there, just fantastic in terms of being able to get different places without having to go up to Raleigh. But I understand.
And the convenience.
Yes, convenience, sure.
Unbeatable, yep.
Yeah. Well, at least we don't have to worry about Atlanta being a hub. Man, I tell you what, that's an airport, boy. That's what I try to avoid all the time. If I can go somewhere, I go to Charlotte or somewhere, fly from Fayetteville, get to Charlotte, and go where I got to go. All right, Mr. Mayor, always a pleasure talking with you. And we look forward to you getting back. Please, Godspeed and safe travels as you make your way back here.
All right. Thanks, sir.
All right. You're listening to News Talk 640 WFNC. We've got local news right now with CBS 17.
Good morning. I'm